Hey guys, welcome to Modeling Manhood. I don't know if you got a chance yet this year to get out on your bike or trike or wherever you guys are bombing around on. Maybe you just got a little scooter. But when we were kids, we would take bikes like this. And since we had a bunch of horses growing up at the farm, we had this little sulky. If you've ever seen like harness racing, they'll sit back and they'll put like their feet up on the front, and then they'll be like this behind the horse. So we would take the little sulky and run it up around the bike and then strap it onto the bike, and then we would give each other's rides up and down the road, up and down the driveways, and we would just like beat on each other, making each other work. But it was a lot of fun. Maybe you guys have had a chance to buy like a little baby carrier where you drag your kids behind your bike. Nothing like that, but definitely a lot more work. But we would have countless hours where we would spend on the sulky, running each other around. Sometimes we would even just grab the sulky without the bike and like be, I don't know what they call them in other countries, but maybe you guys can comment below what they call them. But where the guys would take the two handles and then run the person on the back with all their luggage in and out of the little villages and wherever they need to go to run their errands. But it's a lot of work. In the book of Exodus, we're going to start there. Exodus 1. Exodus 1 starts off, we see Israel's increases greatly in numbers. So the Hebrew nation is growing and multiplying considerably here. And in verse 8, now there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph. And he said to his people, behold, the people of Israel are too many and too mighty for us. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they multiply. And if war breaks out, they join with their enemies and fight against us, and escape from the land. Therefore they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with heavy burdens. They built for Pharaoh stone cities, Pitmoth and Ramses. But the more they oppressed them, the more they multiplied, and the more they spread abroad. And the Egyptians were in dread of the people of Israel. So they ruthlessly made the people of Israel work as slaves, and made their lives bitter with hard service, in mortar and brick, and in all kinds of work in the field. And all their work they ruthlessly made them work as slaves. And it's so sad to think about Israel oppressed for 400 years in slavery until Moses was called to go back after he had killed one of those taskmasters when he seen how he was treating his brothers, the Hebrews. And he goes back, and we know the Exodus story from there, how Moses received the Ten Commandments in the mountains, Sinai, where the people were waiting for God's instructions. And if we think about hauling things around on a bike or pulling a wagon or pushing a wheelbarrow, all those things require a lot of work, but it can't be anything like what the Egyptians experienced for 400 years. And when we are dealing with hard times, we need to remember that the oppression that we face, God knows, because in the book of Exodus, he heard the people's cry. He heard the people's cry. And when they were in the wilderness and they were murmuring, he heard their cries and their complaints. And he hears our murmurs, our cries, our complaints, and our sorrows. And I just want you guys, if you're dealing with some hard things or worrying about some things that are going on in life, just to read the Exodus story and see how many times God provided with miraculous answers and just cases that seem to be hopeless. And if you are out on your bikes, remember, guys, to have your helmets on, and remember to ride with traffic, look both ways, and most importantly, pick up your Bible. Almost said it. Mirror your Maker and journey with Jesus. Catch you guys soon tomorrow. Bye.